Hey Canucks fans, hope you're well. Hello from Korea. Just a quick vlog before I get on the bus to watch Jake Bowl in the mixed teams event. The Canucks signed goaltender Arturs Silovs to a 2-year contract worth $1.7 million, $850,000 per season. Now I'm surprised that that it took this long, but more importantly, I'm surprised that they got him for so cheap. I was expecting 1 million, 1.1, even as high as 1.25 million based on his body of work, which I'll get to in a second. So in an $850,000 contract for the next 2 seasons, it lines up with Thatcher Demko's $5 million a season for the remaining 2 years of his contract. And then the Canucks will have some interesting decisions to make a couple years down the road. But right now we have a Vezina candidate goaltender in Demko, a very worthy backup. We'll see if Silovs is ready to be a full-time starter in a couple of years. But we're getting both of those guys a great 1-2 punch for less than $6 million, and that is lower than the salaries of one goaltender for a lot of teams, like the John Gibsons and the Connor Hellebucks of the world. So some remarkable contract efficiency in the goaltending position. Demko at $5 million, Šilovs at $850,000, $5.85 million for the next 2 seasons for a solid 1-2 punch. And like I said, I was expecting a 1.1 million like Bovenlander got, a $1 million contract like Podkolzin got. We've seen other RFAs like Vertan in the past get that $1.1 million, $1.2 million contract. So $850,000 is a steal. Now when it comes to the Canucks salary cap, now they have all their 23 roster players signed, and they are still $160,000 under the cap, and that includes Tucker Pullman's $2.5 million, not even going in LTIR, and that's a good place to be. Doesn't mean the Canucks aren't finished making moves, but it does give them the ability to accrue cap space throughout the season. That's very important when it comes to the trade deadline, when you're trying to beef up your team for the playoffs. Now, one last thing. I think there's a little, I paused because I was trying to think, there's a little bit of a debate happening in the Canucks market of what do we have in Arturs Silovs. Yes, he was great in the playoffs. He was really remarkable. He didn't really have any bad games, led in very few poor goals. In fact, he made more better saves than he led in poor goals, but he's still a backup. 10 playoff games, which he was good. High pressure, of course, and we saw what the fans were like at Rogers Arena, the expectations were. But he only played 4 regular season games, only played 10 playoff games, and when you actually look at his stats, the goals against and the save percentage, again, can't get too much into the numbers, but they aren't great. They aren't amazing. They don't jump off the page at you. I think what we remember is just how intense those playoff series were. Nashville, when he had to come in, especially the Edmonton one, where he played the whole thing, and he played quite well. But I think some Canucks fans were kind of recency biased, were kind of clouded by that, including me, and I thought that's probably why I thought he was going to get more than he actually did. I think the Canucks, Patrik Allvin is really good at negotiating these contracts, and his team, I think they still want to make sure that Šilovs is a guy that they can rely on in the future, and they weren't going to be swayed by one strong, I wouldn't say miraculous, but really one strong, surprising playoff run for the Vancouver Canucks. So I think that factors into the $850,000 as opposed to the 1.1, 1.2, 1.25 million that I was expecting. So Canucks fans, let me know what you think about this deal. How does this position the team? And do you believe in Šilovs? Do you believe that he can be actually an actual starter either now or a couple years down the road? Expected to battle with Jiri Patera, relatively, the newly acquired Patera, but for the backup role. But I do think it's Šilovs' role to lose, especially given how well he did last season. But again, not too much recency bias should go into that. So Canucks fans, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll try and check in with you a bit more often as we enter into the second half of my trip. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates. Thank you, legendary Bovenlander. Thank you, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, for your support. Thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, Weight Loss Coach. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, subscribing. On your way out, do those things. Like the video, subscribe. You can leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. Most importantly, leave me a comment below. What do you think of this signing? Arturs Šilovs, 2 years, $1.7 million total, $850,000 a season for the next 2 seasons. All right, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.